Residents worst affected by the closure of State Highway 1 north of Kaikoura got their first glimpse today of what the road will look like when it reopens next week. The area was devastated, of course, by that 7.8 magnitude earthquake last November, sending the South Island's main transport corridor to a halt. State Highway 1 south of the tourist town opened some time ago, but today locals boarded a bus and got to see what the northern route will look like when it reopens. And our reporter Logan Church went along with them.
We're sitting on a small bus with half a dozen locals, travelling along what will soon be the main routes between Kaikoura and Picton. Today they're getting a first look at the stage of construction, with roads being sealed, gravel being compacted and barriers being installed. For Bill Campbell, who lives near Kaikoura stream and was completely cut off after the earthquake, opening day can't come quick enough.
They're working through the night with the big moxies and they go through that checkpoint by Nins Bin, and by the time they get down to where about I am, they're changing gear and starting to scream, and you know the trucks are screaming, and that's been quite hard to put up with.
We're travelling towards Ohau Point, where 100,000 cubic metres worth of rock and debris crashed onto the road and rail line. On the way we pass Nins Bin, a locally famous crayfish store. Its owner, Rodney Clark, says it's been a tough year.
Oh, we haven't sold a crayfish. The more they do, the quicker they get it done. People think that it's an inconvenience, but it's actually the earthquake that was inconvenient, not the people trying to fix it for us, you know. Yeah, it's just been a mammoth task. It's crazy.
Naio Teoa also lives in Kaikoura, and she says the area has changed over the past year.
I remember walking through the tunnel and seeing the first digger that had arrived, and now when you go down there it's like a little city. They're building a bridge and cranes and, you know, just amazing all the work that's been done here.
At Ohau Point, the bus stops and everyone steps out onto what will soon be a busy highway. Massive seawalls built out of giant concrete blocks hold up the road. A massive wall holds up the hillside. A roller is racing to get the road ready for sealing. Another bus, carrying locals from Clarence, at the top end of State Highway 1, arrives. On it is Margaret Nee, who lives just inside the northern cordon. She says the opening of the road will help reconnect her family.
We've been cut off completely from our friends and family in Kaikoura. That's where we lived, and you know, my parents' family, you know, everything's down there. So we've had to get everything new. Really, it's been crazy.
About 1,300 workers are working on State Highway 1, clearing 9 major slips as well as rebuilding the road and railway. Margaret says the road opening is a huge milestone for the residents affected by its closure, but that doesn't change the fact their home has changed forever.
It's still, even today, after a year, we walk on that beach and we are completely blown away.
State Highway 1 north of Kaikoura is expected to open next Friday. At Ohau Points for Checkpoints, Logan Church.
Logan reported, shot and edited that story.